So I have waited a little bit longer to do my video than I do normally, mainly because I wanted to see the the employment claims on the US dollar. So if we head to Forex Factory, you can see that even though Canada has had a better than expected employment change, unemployment rate has decreased, the US dollar are claiming that the average hourly earnings have gone up, the employment change has gone up, so there's more people in work, and the unemployment rate has decreased. So even though they're all in favour of both, if we take you over to look at the US dollar, it's not great. It should be on a normal day in a normal economy. This price should be surging upwards. Now ETH and Bitcoin have reacted. So this is the hourly. So you can see that Bitcoin has reacted to the downside, but it's had roughly a 50% bounce. So the length of that candle, it has come back up and had a 50% bounce. And now I would have expected that to carry on down to about the 28, and it could still do that. But the fact that the US dollar is not going up gives me a little bit of promise going into the weekend that there's strength in the crypto side of things. So we're still just hovering below 29,000, and we were at 29,200 today. And as you guys know, I trade Ethereum. I was in a long. The price did come down, but because we've had that bounce, I'm still ever more kind of bullish to the upside. Now I will be watching this candle heavily today. Not just this candle, because that's only the 1 hour, but I will be waiting to see if we do start going up towards the 1900 area. Now there are two heavy order blocks at the 2 hour. There's one at the 2 hour and one at the 3 hour, and then above on the 3 hour and the 4 hour. So there is heavy selling traffic at the top of this, but if we can get momentum and carry on back to the upside, we should get back to my target of the 1954, which is what I called out last week. So that's roughly the area I still want to get to, and I've been calling that again this week. Now if we can't find momentum to the upside, and again it looks like we're still trying to push up now, let's reduce that to the 15 so that you can see. So we are printing what is effectively a green candle right now, and this is 15 minutes after the unemployment change news. We are pushing back up again. Ordinarily after the news you'd expect to be continuing to the downside. Now what other things to look out for, and the reason why I think crypto is going up is because of the bank collapse. There's a Pacific bank that's just collapsed within 24 hours of the FOMC meeting. It's Friday today, and Friday is normally the day where more banks try to, just increase myself a little bit, where the banks normally go into receivership or into the Chapter 13. So it's usually a Friday when they announce that, and it's usually later in the day. Now in the UK that's somewhere in the evening, and in New York that's before New York close. So any time before around 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time we could hear more news about the banking collapse. Now in the UK there is the King's coronation, so there is a bank holiday again on Monday, which is an unusual bank holiday, but in America we could see more banks announcing that they're closing, and they'll make that decision over the weekend. So that's what I'm looking for. That's the main reason why I've kind of been in and out the market this week. Now if the banks announce that on Monday, we're not going to know about it until it's actually announced, and all markets will react badly, or potentially react badly. Now depending on where crypto has gone over the weekend, we could see a pullback in the chart, but then we could blast off upwards. Now you got to imagine, like institutions, if they want to buy into Bitcoin and they want to use company assets and financials to get into Bitcoin, they have to sign off purchase orders in the tens of thousands, potentially the millions of pounds or dollars. So they have to put some paper in front of their managing director. Managing director goes to the board, and the board make a decision. That takes days. So the FOMC meeting was 48 hours ago, which I said within 48 hours we'll see a market direction, which we're seeing that direction now, and it is gently, but it is to the upside. So that's 48 hours after the FOMC meeting. So now you've got institutions potentially signing off paperwork to take money out of banks and into crypto. That's what I think may be happening right now. Now, we won't see the full effect of that until next week, and if any banks collapse, give it for another 48 hours after the news and you should see more upside in crypto. So I think next week is going to be a big week for crypto. Stay safe trading over the weekend. It could be a green weekend, and I'll see you guys next week. Have a safe weekend. Bye bye.